Can you break a heavenly restriction in the same way you can break a binding vow? And if so, would you lose the benefits? Would there be similar consequences? This is a fascinating question. So let's break this down and examine this. First of all, binding vows and heavenly restrictions are very similar in that they operate under the same concept of equivalent exchange. You have to give something up in order to get something else. The main difference is that there's no control over heavenly restrictions. You're just born with it. You get to choose what you give up in order to gain something else. Following this logic, you do have the ability to break a binding vow. You can just go against whatever you said you were going to do, and either you'll lose the benefit you gained, or you will face dire consequences. In the case of a heavenly restriction, you can't do that, right? Because you are under no control to begin with. It's under extremely extraordinary circumstances that this is even possible, like we saw with Meshimaru. He wasn't able to just say, I don't want my cursed energy benefits anymore. Give me my normal body back. No, just like Toji couldn't say, I don't want my heavenly restriction physical buffs anymore. Give me some cursed energy. He had to find somebody like Mahito that specifically was able to change the shape of his soul in order to get around this heavenly restriction. So we laid all that groundwork to essentially say, in almost all cases, this isn't even a conceptual thing to consider, because it's not going to be possible. However, in the extreme circumstance where it is, did he lose the benefits? Did he have anything up since he did kind of trump the heavenly restriction? And from what we see, no. Granted, we didn't get to see Mechamaru in action very long, once he had his new body. But there were seemingly no consequences to this because he still was able to fight normally. He didn't make any comments of like, oh, my cursed energy feels weaker, like, you know, I feel subdued. And in the absence of any explicit confirmation like that, I think we have to fall back on the assumption, his massive cursed energy. The only other thing to consider here would be the Maki situation. And I don't want to get into spoilers in this video, but I don't think it's relevant. That's like a completely separate situation. She didn't circumvent her heavenly restriction. It just wasn't realized.